Hello, this is Jcamera here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the LEGO Harry Potter set released in 2003, numbered 4719, titled Quality Quidditch Supplies. This was one of only two LEGO Harry Potter sets released in the year 2003, because there was supposed to be leftovers and also meant to coincide with the Prisoner of Azkaban sets, because they thought the film was supposed to release in 2003, but something happened. I don't know if it got delayed till 2004, or some sort of misunderstanding happened, and it was always going to release in 2004, but regardless, this was supposed to be a 2000... Yeah, this was meant to have more Harry Potter sets with it, but this set and Diagon Alley, which I've already reviewed here on this channel, was supposed to be accompanied by Prisoner of Azkaban sets, but because of that, they ended up underperforming. So, let's start with the box, which this time I actually got brand new. I didn't get the set secondhand, I actually got it in box, brand new. Opened it like anyone would if they bought this at a LEGO toy store or something. I mean, I got it online, but still. We get the medieval Hogwarts background, which looks cool, and then for the night sky background, we actually get Diagon Alley, not like a forest or woods, which is used for Hogwarts, which is nice. We get Daniel Radcliffe in full Harry Potter costume, right in the bottom right corner. Up here, we have the minifigure of the set, Draco Malfoy, with some accessories found in this set, and rarer pieces. The barcode and different languages. This side, we just have Draco Malfoy interacting with more accessories. And then on this side here, we have a showcase of the set. And as you can see, I actually managed to open it up here for once. And we get a shot of an alternate build in this set, and then just a display of what the back of the set looks like, accessories, and the websites of Harry Potter and LEGO, and an advertisement for the other LEGO Harry Potter sets that were around at the time. So that's the box. And what I'd like to say is that I always feel like there's that one set in every theme that I get that's brand new. Because the LEGO Batman theme, the original theme, I had one set that was brand new, that being the Batwing Joker's Aerial Assault set. And now for the LEGO Harry Potter theme, this is it. And a heads up, the future LEGO Harry Potter set reviews will be used condition, secondhand. They will not be brand spanking new. Anyway, here are the instructions. Same sort of background used and formats. We get the minifigure belt and then one of the side builds, and then we go through the entire build. And then at the back here, we, for once, get a advertisement for the Chamber of Secrets Harry Potter creator game for LEGO. I think maybe this was released in 2003. I could be wrong, but that's what I'm thinking looking at this. And of course, we get the sets here, some of which I've reviewed and some of which may be coming up soon. And something I want to mention for this instructions is that Draco's head printing on the instructions is really weird. Like, it's really big for some reason. I just thought I'd point it out. Speaking of which, let's get to the minifigure. The only minifigure within this set is Draco Malfoy in an exclusive black sweater variant. And as you can see with the face print, it is actually normal sized. It's not like oversized, which is nice. And of course, he has no back printing on the head or hair. And I know a few people have pointed this out, but he does look like Luke Skywalker in the older Return of the Jedi sets. Like, sometimes in the sets, Luke would have a cape or a black hand, or both or neither, but he looks pretty similar. Like, obviously, the torso print and face print is different, but he has the same colors and same hair and everything. So it's hard. It would be easy to mistake one for the other. And this was a good choice of costume because it's accurate to the scene in the movie in Chamber of Secrets when he's at Diagon Alley being a bully to Harry and the Weasley family. And this minifigure is exclusive to the set, which is good because he's the only minifigure, and why else would you buy this set when it comes to minifigures unless it was exclusive? I mean, there's other reasons because of the build, rare pieces and accessories and stuff. But if you were just getting this set for minifigures, it's a good thing that he's exclusive. In fact, from the Chamber of Secrets wave, this is the only set to have just one minifigure. The rest of the sets, even Dobby's Release, which is the smallest of the sets, has 2 minifigures, and a lot of them have more than 2. Of course, in the Philosopher's Stone wave, plenty of sets had only 1 minifigure in it. But for Chamber of Secrets, in a total of 10 sets that there were, this is the only one. Some spare pieces that I got in this set are a flat dark grey 1x1 tile and this little light grey Technic brick. Maybe there's some sort of rare Quidditch item, I don't know. I think that's unlikely, but I just put this together. So here's the build itself, Quality Quidditch Supplies, which is meant to be a store in Diagon Alley, meant for Quidditch supplies. A bit of an odd choice to make a set out of. Nocturnally it makes sense because it plays a part in the movie and the deleted scenes and it's very creepy. But Quidditch Supplies is a little bit weird because we don't really see that, only just in the background in the second film. In fact, in the first film as well, in fact, it's never really focused on. I forget if it's focused on in the books or not, but you can maybe argue this is where Gilderoy Lockhart has his book sighting and when we first meet him for the first time, and when Lucius puts the book in, like, the diary, the Horcrux, to Ginny Weasley. Because it does look like, with the location of the green roof and, like, this sort of brownish, darker look to it, but still relatively bright looking. Obviously, this is dark orange Lego, but it gives off a brownish kind of vibe, like in the film. That's my headcanon. This is meant to be a replacement for that scene in Chamber of Secrets. But you could also see it for Sorcerer's Stone as, like, Easter eggs and just to fill up the roster of Diagon Alley shops. Maybe it's Ollivander's one shop somehow. I mean, this is way off from that, but I could maybe buy it for the Lockhart book signing, but it's just meant to build up the collection. Personally, I would have preferred a Ollivander's one shop over this, or the Leaky Cauldron, but a new location's a new location, and it helps build up Diagon Alley, and it's cool that LEGO, even back then, was doing things and references, locations, and stuff this niche and obscure, which they didn't have to, but it is appreciated in a way. Now, other than my opinion, let's go through. We get this sign here, which obviously isn't in words, but it can pretty easily be interpreted as Quidditch stuff, like a Quidditch shop with the snitch, the 2 brooms, and a beater. We got 2 lights here with the sand green roof and dark orange walls. We get this window piece, which, correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't this in, like, the Prisoner of Azkaban sets, like the Shrieking Shack set in the, I think it was in, like, the side build with the candy store that's part of Hogsmeade. I think maybe they did a slightly different color, but I swear that it's the same piece, or at least very similar. And we get this little railing grill piece here, which is nice. We get these 2 lights here, and this is on a pivot joint, so you could just put it like this and such. Then just get the doorway there. And then, as we move on to the inside of the set, let's take a look at the side builds first. We get this barrel for these Quidditch flags. We get Gryffindor for red and Slytherin with green. I think there are other Quidditch teams outside of Hogwarts as well. Again, it's been a while since I've read the books, so I can't remember every little detail, but I think there's like a red team and a green team, like maybe it's for that Quidditch World Cup scene in Goblet of Fire, like one of them Victor Crumb's in and another one I think is for Ireland. And I remember in the years 1 through 4 Lego Harry Potter game, you could destroy multiples of these in like one of the Quidditch levels or something, which is neat. And another side build is this little cape stand that you have, again, red and green, Gryffindor, Slytherin, Ireland, and I forget where Durmstrang is located, like, I don't know, Russia, Germany, I forget, but it's still cool that it's here. And you got room to maybe put in more capes of different colours, like Hufflepuff and Ravenclaw, maybe, or just duplicates of Gryffindor and Slytherin, or just unrelated colours. We get a little cash register here and a little envelope, maybe that's a order to go or something. And then we get this little quaffle ball thing. I don't know. I don't remember every name for Quidditch. I'm not that familiar with Quidditch and Harry Potter. But, like, I'm not into the Quidditch lore, so to speak. We get this glass case holding perhaps a snitch in a, like, chrome brass color, which is neat. And I learned for the first time that when you make this set brand new, like, you get the capes in this little cardboard box thing, separate from the plastic bags, or, like, within that, but isolated. This chrome stud piece is alongside that, which surprised me, and I thought I had generally lost a piece. And we get this Quidditch book, which also appears in the Quidditch practice set, and there's a bit of a molding mark that you can see on camera. And you get really cool gold detailing, which makes this book feel richer. There's nothing in this book whatsoever. And if you want to, you could say this is Quidditch Through the Ages. Like how the Dragon Book is somehow Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. I don't think that's the case, that's unlikely, but I suppose you could think that. Up on the roof, we get a earth orange broom, which is also the same colour as Ron Weasley's hair in these older sets, and this actually appeared in a Diagon Alley shop set in 2001, which included also a casual variant that's exclusive to a character, that being Hermione. And over here we get the quaffles. I think that's their name, like the big black balls that the beaters do or something, I don't know. And you get this flag to hold them down, otherwise they beat on maybe Draco or something. And you can move these if you really want to, and this can just move left, right, however you want. And one thing I want to mention is that on the instructions, like, not the instructions, but like the packaging, like on the box and such, it shows that you can put some of the accessories up front, but when you're actually building this set, it instructs you to build them on the inside. I haven't seen what other people do to store this, but I've personally stored it like that. And there's not actually too much room to store these. So what I do is put the flags on the roof level, because if you're going to have these, you may as well. And then on the corner here, you can store the capes and uniforms. That's what I do. And here's what it looks like if you rearrange it like the packaging shows you, with the red ball up front and the book sort of in between. You can kind of make it so it's either way because of how the walls are made. And you can put the flags on the ground level rather than the roof. But this is how I want to do it, with the flags sort of pointing this way like this, and then the ball inside, stuff to sell, just so it doesn't clog anything up. And the book, it could go anywhere, but I'm going to put it here so we get like the store owner space there. But honestly, I'm not all too fussed. And then the front's more clear, but you can still see stuff on the window. I'm not sure if people disagree with me with this layout or not. I'm sure most will have it different, but let me know what you all think. So, I have considered doing a showcase of what the early Diagon Alley sets look like together, but I think I'll save that for a different video, because when I'm done collecting all of the Harry Potter and Chamber of Secrets LEGO sets from 2002 and 2003, I'm going to be doing a Hogwarts Castle tour to see what the sets all look like combined, and I think I might do a Diagon Alley tour alongside that video. So stay tuned for when I eventually do that. And the video will of course happen, hopefully sometime this year, though I'm not making any promises. But yeah, that's my breakdown of the set. I think it is an odd choice, but still a good way to get an exclusive minifigure, build up your Diagon Alley collection, and even expand on your Quidditch collection with more gear, a new book, some cool pieces, and maybe duplicate capes, and some fans for, like, the different houses of Hogwarts, like when they're watching on the podiums during the Quidditch games. So I think this is a good way to expand upon the Quidditch set as well as your Diagon Alley collection and minifigure collection with an exclusive Draco Malfoy collection. Not the best way to add on to your minifigure collection, but I'll take what I can get. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I'm not actually sure which LEGO Harry Potter set will be coming up next, but I'll see you all later.